I think COVID definitely brought about a significant amount of change for us. In fact, it actually got us thinking a lot stronger with regards to how do we look at business. So post COVID, our digital businesses, we've seen them grow very, very significantly, be it our direct to consumer business through our websites or our marketplace businesses. We've seen a significant shift of consumers into the digital space in terms of shopping. So yeah, our digital contribution definitely has gone up significantly, and we sort of pivoted into newer categories to cater to this demand, and that sort of gave us a significant boost in our business. Just with our website, if I look at it pre-COVID, I mean, we saw about a 300% growth last year over a pre-COVID timeline. See, Wildcraft as a brand obviously is one which is known in the travel and outdoor space, right? And with COVID, that was one of the categories which took one of the hardest beatings. So, which is where it was very important for us to understand as a business, how do we pivot, use our strengths to sort of navigate through this time, and which is where Wildcraft masks sort of were introduced. Almost like I think within a couple of weeks of the lockdown being announced, we got our heads together and figured out that we had the expertise both in terms of design and materials to be able to pull this off. So we got our certifications and all of that in place, and that essentially sort of pulled us in terms of sustaining business, and not only sustaining business, sort of growing it while the regular business took about a good 6-8 months to start coming back on track. So I think that was a very key learning to be, to be agile, to have the right systems in place to be able to tackle any sort of uncertainty that comes your way, right? So COVID very clearly worked. I mean, brands who could survive COVID really, really well were ones which had invested well into getting their processes, especially on the digital front, digital ecosystems or fulfillment fronts up to speed. Getting CRMs in place, getting marketing automation tools in place, getting your website up and running, having omni-channel solutions in place to ensure demand gets fulfilled from wherever and as quickly as possible. So I think we had invested behind those, and that sort of played to our advantage at that point of time. I think, see, today inventory with business scaling and there being multiple channels of business. So, be it, let's say, your own retail, you have marketplaces, you have your own website, and also getting inventory out to consumers as quickly as possible, having inventory replication across regions, right? So, there's, unless you have a omnichannel solution in place, what happens is either you are investing very, very heavily behind your inventory, which will hit your bottom lines, or you're not looking at business from a consumer experience point of view, and you're just, let's say, fulfilling from one particular location. So I think earlier one could still get away with it, but today the consumer obviously looks at the best kind of service, the quickest service that they can get. And omnichannel today is definitely not just from a consumer facing side, but also from a brand side to optimize costs and get the entire ecosystem more seamless. I think it is definitely a must have. So today, if I give you a small example, so today roughly for our website business, roughly 50% of the orders get fulfilled from our warehouse, which is in Bangalore. So we operate out of one warehouse in Bangalore, and the rest we have around 130 stores which are present across the country, which essentially fulfill orders to consumers. So someone sitting in Delhi does not have to wait for the order to go from Bangalore. We will very likely have a store in Delhi which can fulfill the order either to the consumer's doorstep or have the consumer pick it up from the nearest store that they have available. So absolutely seen a big jump. Like I mentioned, like 50% business contribution comes from stores, and it definitely helps our conversion rates, especially when you have deliveries which are going to consumers in, let's say, 2 to 3 days versus a 7-8 days timeline which would have otherwise taken. So obviously there was there was definitely a learning curve there, and especially with multiple stores, right? It requires a lot of training of the store staff and all of that. So we did take some time. I will not say that it was immediately adopted. So we sort of piloted it across 8-10 stores. So both from a omni-channel point of view, which is your endless aisle solution, and also let's say from a website fulfillment point of view. So both those items sort of took some getting used to, but once the store guys especially saw the advantage of it, they sort of took it on, and we sort of ran certain incentive programs for them to adopt it and all. So once it was done, I don't think over the last couple of years we've seen any issues as such. It's been broadly seamless, and people in the organization do understand the benefits that they get out of it. So let's say you don't essentially lose a consumer, right? If someone is walking into a store that we have in JP Nagar and a particular stock is not available, we essentially get that shipped to the consumer's doorstep from another store, and the consumer is happy. You're not losing that consumer. I think that brilliantly helps you not lose a consumer, right? So there's a ton of money that you spend through marketing to acquire a particular consumer. Once that walk-in happens, if that consumer walks out, there's a very low chance that the consumer is going to come back. So while the consumer is in the store, if you're able to convert that consumer, nothing like it. There's a very high chance that you'll be able to get that consumer to come back to you and shop again. So absolutely a brilliant tool. Definitely has its learning curve for sure. But yeah, once you've understood it, it's a brilliant tool. Over the last couple of years, not only omni-channel, but we've invested behind our customer experience piece, right? We've seen our NPS scores significantly go up, and that in itself is a testament to how it has sort of improved for consumers, right? Very simply, if I walk into a store and I see that a particular product is not available, I still don't have to go back and search in another store, right? I get it delivered at my doorstep, or I go online and I see a particular product available at a store near me, and I get it delivered in a matter of a couple of days. It definitely impacts your conversion rates. It impacts your customer lifetime value. It impacts your complete customer experience that you have. A happy customer is always a customer who will have a better loyalty towards the brand, and we have seen that change in the last couple of years for us.